It's called a stacked heel, and that's called scarf joint. This is the top, bracing ready for carving. Here's the side of the body. To the side. See, the purfling has been sanded down back. Still has to be done on the top. Time for some wholesale flap removal.
Yes, please. Thank you, thank you.
The most difficult thing so far is blue on that one I found.
It was
The most difficult.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
He promised to tell us which one he felt was the most difficult.
Yes, yes.
Apparently now we have to be very careful with our tops because you can dent or scratch them with the camera on and sort of. Wow, you can really feel that vibrating now.
You can?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see when we carve the braces again now. Yeah, you can feel it tingling when you have it, yeah. It works. This hole here is for the truss rod, for the Allen key to go in to adjust the neck relief. There we are.
Genomskinligt betänkningsbild. Ja. Det är ju permanent, det var tillfälligt. Nej. Det var rätt kul.
Called the stacked heel.
Yeah.
And you can see how the grain, because it's come out of the same wood, makes a really nice pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was sawed across there, and then the wood flipped over, and that gives you the angle of
Men den här stallformen finns det något
14 fret neck.
Att de bassträngarna har mer kraft
And
i
this is
sig.
the marking for the 0 fret. So the nut goes there. It's not a traditional nut. The 0 fret goes there, and the last 14 fret goes here. And that helps with intonation and also evenness of tone, because there's always metal on a string, even with open chord shapes.
Nej, precis.
That's a beautiful piece of mahogany.
Nej, men det är en härlig filosofi.
That's the body. This is the top. This is the back. You can really see the curve. Well, they're quite big, aren't they? When you actually hold it up to you, it's and on the menu this morning is brace shaping.
That's important. Just get them off.
Okay.
So we're gonna take more of them later on when we fit them to the sides. Just to get rid of the excess.
Didn't get it in my eyes, so I'm pretty happy.
When you are aiming with a western saw and then you start cutting, it starts jumping.
Yeah.
With this, that's on the backdrop.
Ja, men så också det här lite första det här som riktmärket.
Ja.
Kan du göra?
And you can't do that with a western saw. Okay. You're going to go down. I normally start with that. And I use this here and I just hold it like that. And when I come down here, I put this on to see that, you know, like, you have to think that you have some extra wood here now that's going to come off. So it's like a 5mm extra. You know, remember with the
washer.
Yeah. So if you put this 5mm in, then this one is going to be standing on the wood. Okay, that's the right height.
That's the right height.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that means that it's probably almost down to nothing at the end. So you just take it with a firm grip. And you go down like this, okay?
Okay.
And then after that you take this chisel and you work with it like, well, you can actually work with this first if you want to get some of it off. But just be careful with this so you don't make big marks in that, because it's easy to hit this one into that, and then you will have a lot of problems just getting it off again. So we still want them to be as clean as possible inside. And I'm trying to get it as sharp as possible from down here and up, so it doesn't look like a little roof like this.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get it in as much as possible.
Like an V upside down, right?
Yes. Without hitting this one. So is it when I come down here, I take it very nice and slow. And if it starts to grab, and if it grabs the wood, then you turn it around and take it from the other way. So this is pretty much how I want it to look. Take this side so you can see one finished. So you have to be quite firm when you do this, so you attack it. Because if you're going to go like this, you're going to be all over the place. So you just keep a good grip and go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is pretty much how I want it to look before we start sanding it, okay?
Okay.
So now you can have a look at that one and then work your way. And if he starts with the planer, you can start with the, well, actually no, I only have one of those planers, which is really, I used to have two. I gave one.
But you start. I can.
Look at you.
I can watch you do all the mistakes, you know.
Okay. That's their first mover's advantage.
Okay, you work with your talking.
Okay.
So it's also very important to take everything off when you're working with this. So You can start shaping these.
Get a good grip and attack it. Last one. Material where as possible, as even as possible apparently. Get these to almost nothing at the sides. Sand these down.
Sorry?
I'm just looking at the camera. Sanding these down. Use a little bit of sandpaper to scratch the back. Sanded and yeah. This is shaping the bracing here with a hand chisel, and it's bloody difficult. It's as you get round. Did you find it improved as you got round, Lesser? You got a bit of a technique going?
No.
No?
I really fucked it up all of it, so that was my worst.
I'd say this is the hardest job so far, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I think.
Yeah. Anyway, so the tip apparently is to keep this very upright and then keep an even pressure with your thumb and just slide it through. And I'm discovering it's best not to get too kind of ambitious and just take a little bit at a time, and eventually
There is guitar in that case, Roger?
Yes, yeah, there is in the sun.
Yeah.
Trusty Taylor in there.
Well, don't mention that word here. Put it out in the sun again.
Put some water in it first.
Yeah, they are nice guitars. I know.
Scott Baxendale hates them. He just he doesn't like the fact it's got a bolt-on neck,
Yeah.
and he also doesn't like the
Who doesn't?
Baxendale Guitars. The guy from there, he's just got an
They are
excellent.
nice guitars. Bob Taylor has done a lot for the business. He kind of converted the whole business. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
In what sense you mean?
Well, in every sense. Doesn't matter what sense you talk about. You know, take all the parameters of guitar business. He changed everything.
I did.
From marketing to making the guitar to.
I've done all my hand carving here. Now I'm going to sand them down.
This 30th anniversary. Wash. So that's
Titta, ja.
Det ser man laminerade ribban.
Ja, just det.
Right, this is the sanding wheel, and this is the, not the flat side, but the side that's curved. So I've got to get this binding down to the sides of the body, which already sanded before I put one on. So here we go.
You could actually feel a different smell when you got into the rosewood.
Yes. Well, you shouldn't go into the rosewood,
No.
should you?
You leave it a little bit easier.
It's my bracing on the back, chopped down to size to fit the back of the guitar, and there are notches marked out here where I've got to do the routing next. That was the noise. So I've got to route that to fit the X bracing into the guitar, so it spread vibrations to the side and also add strength to the top and back. Okay, last time of looking at this way, we hope. Otherwise something's gone wrong. So these have been notched out with a handheld kind of router. Same on the purfling on the other side, and the bracing has been further hand planed down to height, and the height is taken with a little block here. It's got a notch in it which you put on for size. My top is up there and it's pigeonhole, and so we're about ready for gluing the back and the top on, which is quite a thing. The neck is living up there for the time being. We're lining the top and the back, and these two holes here line with the bottom, and then we're going to glue them in.
Could you please...
Do you want me to use your ending of this day?
Great.
I think we've accomplished what we needed.
So you're satisfied with the pace, yes, and everything?
Yeah. So you also wanted to have maple binding on your guitar?
We haven't discussed that actually, no. What's this is maple, right?
Yes, and you can have mahogany.
We came down from that we were searching for that set out to take a turn from the
Monday, Tuesday.
That doesn't play it?
Yeah, he had the old one I made. He had it there. So,
Yeah, he told me. Yeah, that's right.
So and there is about I think well over 20 guys for 4 days.
Yeah, of course.
So, and I think 8 of them. I saw a picture this morning. I think 8 or 9 of them were already playing Sanden Guitars.
Oh wow!
running Mr. Sanden baby took a Chronilogical.
For us.
Yeah, glue them together.
Yes. Why is that?
Because it's just time saving.
Time saving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally when it takes half a day to prepare them. And then I sand them again to see them ready for the because if something isn't okay in that stage,
it's a long process.
Yeah,
okay.
And we come to the class and then we see there is something that we can't use it. We have to start and we lose it then.
Yeah.
then you take
It was
the
the same
spreader
baby
inside
to
out.
a pool of girls. Spent the night scraping with fuzz and tears. Said I'd play and take a time. Friend of my kind, friend of mine. Get done fluid before daylight. I just might get some sleep tonight. Riding out the trusted where nothing but me. Rip the neck, laid on his hands, one touch, perfect, that's right. Said I'd play and take my time. Friend of my kind, friend of mine. Just make it so simple.
It's okay. So you need to because I don't want you to take too much.
Let me rip the neck, laid on his hands, one touch, perfect, that's right. Said I played and take my time, friend of my time, friend of mine, very honest and never before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I try to play my guitar. First one's dashing through the skirt, please don't tell me why.
So it's a really nice joint all the way round, and the purpose of the binding is to protect the end of the woods here to keep it sealed in from moisture. I've just routed the wedge for the end pin in maple, and now we're about to bend the bindings. This is hard maple, which has just been in the bath, like we did with the sides. And the machine is on there, and there's a strip of maple there, which then gets cut into strips. Some lacquer put on the back, on the front, so that when we write for the bow and binding, the wood grain doesn't split. Let's see that on Lars's picture. Flame maple V pieces where the end pin will go. Sanded that in and sanded the excess glue off. You can really see where the lacquer is around the outside there.
Okay, now you will try. See what you think about this, because when we're doing the back, we're going to change the bearing. So now you stand where you are, and you have one here and here, and one here, and then you go round. And the only thing you have to think about is that you follow the shape of the guitar. So just always push it in towards it. Right. So just think about the guitar shape instead of, you know. Yeah. So you just hold it here now, and you just try it like a dry run. Okay. Yeah. It's good. Okay, then we do it with the machine on. So, do you want to have headphones? Yeah, we're gonna fix it. It's gonna be okay, but it's what happens. But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Now you won't see it when it's finished. You're gonna fill it up with sawdust and glue.
Rip the neck, laid on his hands, one touch, perfect, that's right. Said I played in Kenya tonight, friend of my friend, friend of mine, down the before they died. This market is so good to die. Got 3 reasons why I try to get my guitar. Things got to go to good, look on the wall. Someone's a certain tone, Michael's on my table. If he catches up with you, the warranty's in the mail. God makes us understand the roots of Morgan Lee. First was known as old.
Yes. And we've been sweeping up as we go along. Desk tidying away.
So we sit with that one, man.
Tone groove. So that's the flamed maple over there for our bindings. This little suction cup here is interesting. There's a gasket here, a compressor here, and it holds the, whatever you put on it in place. That's our black strip, sort of, it's dyed maple.
Look, that's something.
This?
Ja, svartbett sallad.
Svartbett sallad, korrekt.
What's going to happen now is, you see there is one sanded side and one rough cut side. Rough cut side up. So I put this in here in the waist. Pencil. And again you need aprons now.
Aprons, okay.
Yeah. So this time it's going to get really messy. So, I make sure that I have the waist here, and I pull it down like this, and I make a mark here. Hold it here, and make a mark a little bit too short, because that's where it's going to come the neck in. Take the Japanese saw, cut them off. And on this end, down here, I just fight it off so I have a nice straight edge here. And that's where this is going to come. This one is going to come here, and we're going to glue both of them at the same time. Okay? And this is how it's going to be. Okay?
Yeah.
So I will,
Did you make a mark here too?
yeah, I just marked it off, just a little bit too short.
A little bit too short,
Yeah.
okay.
I will help you to start up on the binding. And you need to pull it really hard into the wood, otherwise it will not look clean when we are finished. Okay, so I start with, now when I fitted the binding, I start with the glue in the first edge like this, and I spread it out. And then I take this one and I put glue on one side of that. Like this much. Okay? And then I spread it out. So now we are ready. So I go in with this black first, where I have my middle line of the guitar. Then I come with this underneath.
Ah, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Make sure that they are even. And when I do this, I take a piece of the tape and I push down.
Ja.
And I put it on the guitar first, on the side. And then I hold here and I push down and I pull as much as I can in. Same thing, I go back here and I pull as much as I can.
Down and in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you press down with your thumbs, set the tape in the right place, and then you adjust the binding. So you have the tape there, so you don't adjust the binding and then try to put the tape on.
Okay.
So you put the tape on, adjust the binding, push down, and then pull as
As
much
hard
as
as you can.
Looking down things that we were searching for that sound. Couldn't get a sleep of nights and morning came around. Said I won't take a turn, a friend like Sam, a friend of mine. We get down with you man before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Running Mr. Sanden baby, just like we were boys. Spent the night scraping his bars and cheers. Said I won't take a turn, friend of my kind, friend of mine. Get down with you man before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Riding out the trust for glad, my Lord let me die. With the name laid on his hands, one touch, perfect touch. Said I played it take my time, friend of my son, a friend of mine. Gotta get down my sandal before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I try to play my guitar. First one's gas you through the score, and he's not on the wall. Second one's the silver tongue, Mike's is on my table. If he catches it, the paperwork is in the mail. God makes it so much better, it's more than me. First one's known as over, but it
Nu gjorde de det.
You haven't shit yourself yet. It's going to be just before you do that. That's when you pull the tape down.
These are cool, they're vacuum pumps, you squeeze them and they get tighter. And then here we are, this is the box. So yesterday we rubbed down the top and the back, and then we did the routing, first of all to bring the outside top and back to the edge, and then we routed for the bindings. And then, so this is a flame maple, and then in here it's a dyed maple inlay strip, a veneer, a maple veneer. So today we've got to apparently scrape the top down and the back down, and then polish them all up again, or sand them all down so that they're nice again. So this is kind of like brown tape, packing case tape or whatever. It's really very strong. We put a lot of strength into pulling the binding in as tightly as possible with the veneer strip behind it, because you don't want to get any gaps and you want to have a good bond, and so you have to push down and sort of make sure you're getting it in there as good as possible. The the back is the same, apart from it hasn't got the veneer strip, the back strip. So that's where we're up to. Yeah, and just on the neck, the other thing that we did was we put this dowel in here because the necks bolt into the block at the front of the guitar, which is in there, and there's a bolt fixing, and because you want the thing to go against the strongest part of the grain, these dowels have got an upright grain, as opposed to if you just did it straight into the wood, it wouldn't be in the strongest part of the wood. So that's why that's like that. These bindings are absolutely lovely, but there is pain involved. Soon there will be blood. Sure. The edge that's doing the cutting is just here, and Michael made the in rough with a file with a 1 degree angle-ish, and then smoothed it off with a hardened steel rod on all 4 sides. Apparently that's got enough to be able to do both of these guitars, front and back. It'll be 2 pairs of hands as well. And this is the back. Sometimes when a beer belly comes in handy. When you hit the sweet spot, it feels really very good, but that takes the practice. Meanwhile, looks beautiful, that maple against the rosewood, isn't it? Even before it's had anything done to it. It's just all been sanded, and the sides have been sanded now. There'll be more sanding later, but that's pretty much the completed box, and I'm really, really pleased with it. Yeah, cool. You can hear the resonances, and it's making my eardrums tingle.
Yeah. And everything is just vibrating.
Yeah.
I mean, all the sides and everything. So if you put your ear to the sound hole.
Oh, wow.
That's popping out.
Oh, really? Fan vilken volym.
And now we're going to talk about the fretboards. There are the fretboards there, 2 are for us, and Michael's cutting 2 out at the same time, because the jig can do 4 at a time for a 14 fret neck.
How deep do you cut?
How deep?
I don't know how deep the fretboard.
Well, about 2.5 millimeters or something. You don't want to end up with 21 pieces on this side.
No, yes, no.
It's a little bit.
I'm thinking of the.
Yeah, no, it's about 2.5. You have to trust in your jigs. So what you do is you cut one cut, and then you go back, lift these up, push this up a little bit, and then you push to the next hole. But you don't lift it out. You just have it here, like that. Push this up till the next slot comes, and then you push it down. Make sure that it is thoroughly into the slot. If it's not, and you destroy 4 fretboards,
That's the naughty corner.
I will have you put the neck the wrong way in. So it's very, very important that, of course, this machine, the thing that is actually more
Alright, cool. Well, that's good. Tricle tune.
This one here too, so we have a steady hard, and then I have this.
Have you made anything on this?
No.
So
No.
this is this exactly the same. Okay.
So this is the foot, and of course we are not going to put this into motion because we're just going to use it as a press.
Yeah.
So we're going to press in the fret, and this has a 16-inch radius with a little scalloping on. You can see at the end here, so it fits the fret.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But you have taken this off, right?
what? This is the right size now. And
You have done that?
No, here.
You have done that.
With the saw, yeah.
With the saw.
And he has cut down the fret slots so they're deep enough, and he also has sanded and polished it with the steel wool.
Steel wool. Okay.
Fretboard, so
That's
very
glass
nice.
it is now.
So when you buy fret wire, most of the time they are straight, and then you need to bend them, and you need to over bend them, because if they are flat and I push them in here, the fret end is going to go up. So we need to have a little more bend on them.
Yeah.
So that's why I have them like this before. So I'm going to show you, and if it's needed more, I will do it for you. So I made this little thing here. I just put the fret wire in here, and then I
you bend it like that.
I just pull it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So and then you see that it's a little bit straight in the edge here. So I just normally cut that off, and then. So you have, now we're going to put in all the frets except this one.
The zero fret.
I'm telling you one again, not the last one.
The zero fret,
yes,
right?
the zero fret, not the zero fret.
Not the zero
I'm repeating
fret.
myself,
Yeah.
not the zero.
Not the
I don't know how
fret
many
last.
times I had this class, but every time there is one. It was put in all the frets. So, okay, so not the zero fret. So we're going to use white glue, not because we don't get them to stick, but the day you need to refret an instrument, it's very good to have white glue in the slot, because when you take the fret out, you heat it up with a soldering iron, and then you have a plier, and you walk the frets over, and then the glue melts into the wood and kind of keep it together, because this is quite a brittle wood. So if you would not have glue and heat, it will just, when you take out the frets, these tangs here, they will just grab the wood and pull it up, and you will get, you have to fix the fretboard with epoxy and glue. So when you put white glue in, you have that in to just sit there until the day you need it.
Right.
You heat up the fret and then you walk the fret with the plier, and it will not tear it up. So we start with just, I always start from here, because if you cut it too short, you can put it somewhere else. So I just make it a little bit longer, but just a little bit. We don't want to waste a fret wire, so just so it sticks out on both sides. So I just, not longer than this. Okay. And then I take some white glue and I clean that out. Put the fret in, and then just give it a little bang on each side, so when I come with this foot here, it doesn't, flip the fret over. So, and then I just aim for it and see, so I have, the foot, so I don't have it slanted or anything. Because if I go inside, you will push a really nice mark into the fretboard, which we don't get out. So make sure that you're on the middle and that it actually sits over the whole fret. And then you go out like 1 centimeter this way, and then 1 centimeter this way.
How much force do you use?
Well,
I mean, is
it's gonna, it's gonna stop. there.
So,
So,
okay, you seal when it's like.
and it's very important that you don't go out here because then you can crush the edge of the fretboard. So first one on the middle, and then you move about 10 millimeters or less like this, and then you go like this.
Okay.
Okay, and then you take the wet rag, wipe off the excess glue here.
Is it wet that way? Okay.
Yeah, and then you take the dry one and dry it out. Okay, one more. I measure my fret, so I have just a little bit longer. I don't want to see any centimeters outside there because I don't want to waste a lot of fret wire.
What metal is it?
It's silver and nickel.
Silver and nickel.
Yes.
Okay.
So put the glue in there, clean it out, put it in the slot, give it a nice this little hit on each side, not much, but just so it doesn't fall. Then you aim and you push in.
Two.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not hard, it's very easy. Wet. And then clean it dry. Yeah? So we don't have any glue left over. Okay?
There is some glue here.
Yeah, on
we
the
don't
sides,
mind
not
Okay.
now, because when we are finished, we're going to cut this with another plier that I have, and then we're going to sand the sides and also put the bevel on the frets.
Okay.
So when we are finished there, we are completely finished with the fretboard.
Oh, we
it's
are?
ready to glue in, yes.
Okay.
Is that one too short?
Yeah, just move it up
Yeah,
a little,
move
a
that
couple
one.
of frets, just
Okay,
up,
but put it in afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. No, but you can put it in now.
Oh, I can put it
Doesn't
in there.
matter,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So Ilbok has a hole i här. 15-6 där, så det kan ju vara kortare lite.
Ja, jag tyckte den är riktigt snygg. Jag tyckte den är lite för lång egentligen, men jag gjorde den ändå för att...
Men det är mer frågan om för att den är 55 här.
Ja.
Och den ska ju vara 45 här. Så det är mer, alltså, och den ska inte gå rakt så.
Så långt man kan tänka. Ska man inte göra det?
Nej, alltså...
Det blir inte snyggt. Eller är det pratar vi snygghet eller pratar vi funktion?
Ja, jag pratar snygghet och funktion faktiskt. För om den är för...
We've been like two schoolboys, and it's just been fantastic. So exciting.
You've done the course twice?
No, I went this course, it's over 10 years ago.
Oh, right, okay.
And back then it was 1 month full time.
Oh, really? 1 month?
From 8 to 5 every day. So I had to do everything from pick up the wood and start gluing the
Cool.
And then after I built the first one, we went on to work for
One fretted neck.
Ja, det är helt
Fretboard.
Ja, 3 år eller?
They need dressing and crowning now and polishing.
Men du måste ju, för du kan inte säga det för garanterat kvalitet.
Ja, det hoppas jag att jag kan.
Du kan se, så kan få ut det.